What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be talking about a firearm that I really enjoy, I really like. A lot of people didn't like the original, but so far, so good. 100% reliable, very shootable, very concealable. But before we get started, hit the like button, tell me what you carried in the comments today, drop something in the comments for the algorithms, help the channel out, subscribe. We got lots of good daily content over here, and if you've noticed, I've been doing this, like a year and a half roughly. And if you look at how many videos I've put out over 3,500 videos. I bust my butt over here. Yes, a lot of those are shorts, but still, it takes time to make these videos. So that is a free way to support the channel, and it means a lot. But today we are gonna, but first off, let me address the haters, right? They said you have no hammer-fired pistols. Smith & Wesson CSX, once again, gotcha. Ruger LCP, gotcha. Beretta Pico, gotcha. You got to address the haters. You got to get them to, riled up in the comments to get you pushed into the algorithms. They also said you have no metal frame pistols. CSX, gotcha. This CSX checks a lot of boxes for me. Absolutely love it. So there you go. Today we're going to be talking about the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro. Now, here's where I want to start off. When I first started the channel off, my favorite carry was a Springfield Armory Hellcat behind my Glock 26. So this has always been my second favorite carry. And to this date, I have 3 regular Hellcats. Here's 2 of them right here. These are my 2 everyday carry setups. So this is for daytime. This is for nighttime. Just different setups, stuff like that. But they've been my go-to for a while now. And I even did something called the Journey of the Hellcat. And it's because what I noticed about my Hellcats are, they are beyond reliable. If you've heard of Novex rounds, you know they're a lighter, more specialty, aimed defensive round. They're a lighter round, but they don't have as much power. So a lot of firearms have a hard time cycling them and stuff like that. And for a defensive ammo, where you're paying like $35 for a box of 20, that's ridiculous. They should cycle, and they should be eaten by everything. And what I noticed is this Hellcat ate those rounds up, spit them out accurately, and it was absolutely no recoil, very easy to use. My Glock 26 builds couldn't even handle the Novex rounds. Also, what I noticed is I would jam a bunch of different rounds in a mag, 6 different hollow points at a time, and what I would do is just mag dump it, right? Because in a self-defense encounter, you're not going to be taking your time. You're going to have adrenaline going. You're just going to dump, basically, right, on target. And once again, it ate everything. The pandemic hit a while back. All I could find was cheap, crappy ammo. I was buying reloads from people. I even was shooting a lot of steel ammo. I put a lot of steel ammo through my other black Hellcat. Not a single hiccup. And I was having malfunctions with other firearms, right? I have over 12,000 rounds at this point between 3 different Hellcats. The originals, right? Not the Pro. But what a lot of people hate about the original Hellcat is they say it's snappy. Which it is. It is one of the snappier Micro 9s. But what I like about it, it's very complete right out of the box. Has great texturing on it. You could throw the 15-round mag. This is a 13-round mag in it. Has a rail. Comes with awesome sights right out of the box. And there's a lot of different color variations and stuff like this that make it absolutely awesome. It is a great firearm right out of the box. But for like I said, a lot of people found it snappy and that turned them away from the Hellcat. For me, personally, I really like this firearm for many reasons. This is just a larger, less snappy version of it. And a lot of people like that. A lot of people like to have a full grip, which you get. You can get 3 fingers on this. It has great texturing. It has memory pads. So if this is your first firearm, it is a great way to learn to keep your finger off the trigger. Because your brain is just going to always realize that your finger's here. Okay, it's in the right spot. And then also for fighting recoil, they give you a memory pad on this side. So your thumb has a little texturing and a little indent to push back against that recoil, right? Once again, you have a rail. You have 15 round capacity, so 15 plus 1. Nobody's going to complain with 16 rounds, and if you do, that's absolutely ridiculous. Most self-defense encounters are 3 rounds. 82% of firearm encounters don't even let a round go. You just mention you have a firearm or you draw, and the other 18% rounds are let go. But if 15 plus 1 isn't enough for you, I don't know what to say. Another thing that's so great about the Hellcat is not only is it light and thin, but it's something you can carry in the summer because it doesn't rust. I've pocket carried my Hellcats. I've beat them up. I've gotten a new barrel for one of my Hellcats simply because I was putting a lot of steel ammo through it, and that made me nervous for accuracy and other things like that. But absolutely flawless. They get scratched, but they don't rust. And even this one's a little dry right here. It's not going to rust. You're going to have no issues with that. There's a decent finish on it, right? And people always complain, hey, it's made in Croatia. It's not even Springfield Armory. It's made by HS product. I don't care. They make a great lineup of firearms. The XDS, the XDM, the original XDs, the XD Mod 2s, minus the grip zone, because that's ridiculous. The Springfield Armory Echelon. They make a great product. And the one thing all those firearms have in common, which I have most of those, is reliability. And like I said, this is like a much less snappy version of the Hellcat. I'm not sure what they did other than enlarge the dimensions, right? See, this is a 15-round mag for the Hellcat, with just the sleeve on it. They're the same exact magazine, which a lot of people don't mind having the larger firearm that you can't shrink down. But for a first firearm, I think this is a great way to go. It's not going to be snappy on you, and it literally has every feature you can imagine. I've also heard people complain about the Hellcat trigger. Trust me, guys, you do not want a 3-pound trigger, a 4-pound trigger, a super short trigger for self-defense. You want something that's going to be reasonable, something that you can use effectively, but at the same time, it's not going to go off on accident during a self-defense encounter or after when you have all this adrenaline running through your blood and stuff like that. It's actually a pretty decent trigger, but all I know is these Hellcats are built to last. And here's another thing. I got this 5 mags and a range bag for like $520 or $530, something ridiculous, right? That is a great package right away. You get night sights, right? You don't have to go out and replace your sights like Glocks and other brands and stuff like that. You don't have to throw any grips on these. It's very textured, feels very good in the hand. And the number one thing I like about it is the ergonomics. They thickened it up just a little bit versus the original Hellcat, making it a little more comfortable for the average person. Also, they have little finger grooves in there, but they're not like a Glock Gen 3 where some people's fingers fit them, others don't. These are going to fit basically almost every hand size, maybe with some exceptions here and there. But like I said, you're not having to spend $800. You're not having to spend $1,000, $2,400. For $500 or $550, you're going to get something that's going to go bang every single time. You're not going to worry about it getting beat up because that's what it's for. It's a tool. It is something you're going to carry. It's something that's going to get scratched up. It's something that's going to, get wear and tear marks on it. It's something that's going to just get beat up. But that just shows, that you carry it. And that's a good sign that you have it on you. Marks from a holster, that's normal. But like I said, you're not going to have rusting issues. I think the Hellcat Pro is one of the most complete firearms on the market right now. And I absolutely love it. And there's a lot of people I know that couldn't stand the Springfield Armory Hellcat, the original. Couldn't stand it. Said they couldn't shoot it, said it was too snappy, said they just didn't like the trigger on it. Where I think the Hellcat Pro, they lightened the trigger up just a little bit. It's a very similar trigger, but they lightened it up. They kept the night sights, they kept all the great features. And another feature the Hellcat has, there's a couple other firearms that I've noticed that have this feature, but not a lot. They basically have a spot in here right below your barrel's feed ramp that's like a backup feed ramp. So a lot of problems with malfunctions and issues that people have with hollow points and stuff like that is a nosedive round that gets stuck, stuff like that, right? What's so great about HS product, they put a backup feed ramp right below your barrel's feed ramp, right? So if that round, for whatever reason, because the magazine nosedives, which to be honest, Springfield Armory makes some of the best magazines. They're stainless steel, they don't rust, and they always run. I hate to say it, they're like Glocks, they always run. But if something were to go wrong with a round or whatever, it goes the wrong direction, goes down, goes to the side, you have this backup feed ramp, which is a great addition to a firearm. On top of that, it's optics ready. Now, I don't 100% believe the hype about putting an optic on a carry firearm. Yes, I have them. But at the same time, self-defense encounters are going to be up close and personal, point and shoot, within 10 yards. It just is what it is. Those are just facts. Nobody, except for some, crazy situations, are at a distance, right? But still, you should be good enough with your irons and not rely on a red dot. But it is optics ready for those people who need it. But I think it's just a perfect size firearm because you can throw a light on it. It's still 15+1. Now this can be your home defense. It's also thin enough to carry, light enough to carry. Lot of improvement when it comes to recoil versus the original Hellcat, which is huge for a lot of people. It's just a complete firearm. And like I said, you're not breaking the bank. And here's the thing. A lot of people tell me they love their budget firearms. And I agree. Budget firearms are absolutely awesome. My CZ P10M was going for $229 on Palmetto State Armory. Love this thing, and it's going to go bang every time. What I do tell people, though, is if you're about to buy a $400 gun, $450, $350, save up. It is worth it. This thing will run for tens of thousands of rounds without a single hiccup. They run dirty. Like I said, the Journey of the Hellcat was something I did. I didn't continue with it, but at the same time, I wish I did. I wish I filmed all these crazy things I did with it, and they just run. It just is what it is. It's an absolute great firearm, a great pickup. And for a lot of people who like the 43X, because of the ergonomics, it is very similar ergonomics-wise. It is also very similar in size, but you are getting 5 more rounds in about the same size package with the intended magazine. Keyword intended. These are Palmetto State Armory mags that are 15 rounds. Also, the Shield Arms mags are 15 rounds, but they have been very, very unreliable for people. For me, I've had a great luck with them, but for many people, they've been unreliable. And Springfield Armory gives you all that in this package right here. Like I said, it comes with 5 mags. You can also, it comes with the night sights in every single package. I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. I'm telling you guys, the Hellcat is one of the best designs, one of the greatest firearms out there. When people say, oh, it's HS product made in Croatia, I don't care. If it goes bang every time, that's all I can ask. And out of a $500, $550 pistol, not going to break the bank, can flex into a lot of rolls. What more can you ask for? So that is my go-to firearm that I would tell you if you are getting into firearms, or if you were to buy one firearm other than the Glock 26, go with the Hellcat Pro. Anyways, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.